Hello and welcome back to more Super Mario Kart, where last time we played through the Star Cup on 100cc, and today we're going to be playing through the Special Cup on 100cc, which includes the infamous Rainbow Road, which I'm sure will be a very fun time that won't make me want to throw my controller at the wall. So let's get started and see how this goes. I can't wait. I'm sure this will be fun. I really am, so I'm so excited to see how this goes. Because we didn't play Special Cup before, because it wasn't in 50cc for some weird... I don't know why it wasn't. I just assumed that every CC was going to have all the cups. But evidently that is not the case for, for this game. So, that's that, I suppose. Yeah, we're gonna be doing it today, and we're gonna be seeing how it goes. We're already off to a not great start, but that's just how it goes with this game. Because, good lord, this game has, really, game? Really? So I pushed the R button to jump over the thing. Okay, worked that time. It just didn't work the other time. It just did not work the other times. Well, the good news, well, actually, I guess I can't. I was gonna say the good news, I don't have to actually win the cup this time, but I do, because I have to, I believe that, finishing first place in every cup, in every CC, is required to unlock 150cc, so we're not quite there yet, and also I don't even know if, I don't know if a Special Cup is going to be unlocked by default there, or if I'm going to have to win the 3 cups in 150cc again to unlock the Special Cup there. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, I guess. But we have to win this. First, we got to win this race before anything else, before we can worry about what comes next. And good God, that turn is so awful. This turn just sucks so much. You just push R and nothing happens. You push R to jump, and it only works sometimes. I don't know why, but it only works and that. Also, the mushroom just does not give you that big of a boost. It just does not give you as big of a boost as you expect it to. You expect it to be a casual increase in speed up to the boost, but no, you instantly teleport across the battlefield, or you go nowhere at all. It's weird. Very bizarre. Oh dear God almighty, this turn just sucks so much. Good. This game, oh my good God, this game is aged so horribly. This game is aged so, I mean, I'd rather play it than Super Mario 64, because Super Mario 64 is one of the worst games ever made. But, good God, it's not by, it's by a slim margin, let me tell you. Really the only reason I think is as to why I gave this game so much credit initially is probably because I was playing at 50cc. I moved out of the way, for God's sake. But playing 100cc has made me realize precisely how much pain this game is to actually play. And I'm very much looking forward to moving on to the other Mario Kart games. I'm assuming 64 will be better. I'm assuming 64... Super Circuit I'm not so sure about, but 64 I think will hopefully be a better experience than this absolute nightmare fuel. And then I can't wait for the part where I get to replay this whole cup, or this whole race again. This is gonna be great. Lovely, I'll see you guys in a minute. This is gonna be so much fun. I also hate the fact that the AI cheats, and that I have to slow down to make these turns, and or I have to drift. The AI just doesn't have to do that. They can just, effortlessly make all the turns they want to, all the time. The AI cheats so much in this game. It's actually absurd how much the AI is cheating. It's actually absurd how much the AI cheats in this video game. Okay. That was painful. I don't even... I have to do 150cc to this. The thing, though, is I have to do 150cc after this as well, which is going to be just so much fun. I can't wait to do 150cc after this, and wish that I didn't even more. That's going to be a lot of fun to do. Oh, boy, howdy. Anyway, now I can finally get to topics that people actually suggested in this series, not just ones that were left over for me to clean up from the last... oh great, why in the love of God is the stupid menu button bound to the same buttons that the rewind feature is bound to? Because if you only hit one button and your timing of hitting them both simultaneously is off by a nanosecond, then you're just pausing the game instead of rewinding, which is just a really great design. I must admit, it's really great controller bindings. But Rather than playing cleanup from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's topics, I can actually address a new topic, and something that someone... Good God almighty. Something that someone asked me is whether or not I consider... Oh, for the love of God, just this stupid... You know, talking about things actually works a lot better when you aren't playing a game that is that's actual garbage. It works a lot better when you're playing a game that doesn't handle like absolute garbage. I promise you, discussing topics works a lot better when you don't have to constantly stop your commentary constantly just to talk about how stupid, how awful this video game is. Anyway, someone asked me whether I consider esports to be a real sport, and the answer is yes. That's obviously it has sport in the name, so obviously you have to be a moron to think that that's not a sport. By definition, it is a sport. And I don't have the definition pulled out to me, but I believe it's something. I believe it's something on the lines of a competitive activity that involves physical exertion or skills where they face off against each other. So something like that. Something along those lines. And by definition, I could even stretch the physical exertion part, as in the fact that you have to have the mechanical expertise to be able to navigate a controller or keyboard and mouse precisely and know which buttons to push at what time, and being able to manage both those things simultaneously. Plus, just the fact that there's people who get very who can technically get a physical exertion off of that, because there's a lot of people who will perspirate when they play games. So I could stretch the definition on just the physical exertion aspect alone, but the skill part is what matters there, in that playing competitive, like watching the Halo esports, the rally, the first official tournament for Halo Infinite's multiplayer was last month in December, and watching that had me on the edge of my seat. That was really intense, excuse me, just to see how all the pros play. It takes a lot of skill and expertise to be able to play the game at that high of a level, so... To hear someone dismiss esports as not a real sport because it's online or whatever, or because it's digital or electronic, is garbage. Because even if you wanna stretch it to say that it wouldn't count because it's not physical activity. You're just sitting in front of a computer. One, I can still stretch it because there's people who perspirate in intense situations in games, so I can absolutely stretch the physical exertion part of that. But even if you just disregard that entirely, and you don't consider that a valid reasoning, the E in esports stands for electronic. It's an electronic sport, as in it has all, because it has been acknowledged as having all the makings of a traditional physical sport, and in the elements of, like, I guess I just have to go with Halo for this, because that's the only real esport I actively follow is the Halo esports community. Well, maybe not community, because the Halo esports community is an entirely different topic. That's an entirely other can of worms that I want to open right now. But I follow the esports scene, I guess I should say, and that I watch every tournament because I just like seeing people play Halo at that high of a level. So, point being there that the elements that are involved in a Halo esports tournament involve teamwork, being able to communicate with your teammates effectively to accomplish things like securing a stronghold, or capturing a flag, or even just playing basic Slayer or holding an oddball, things like that. Having map knowledge, and being able to manage certain sections of the map and knowing the ins and outs of the battlefield, analyzing how the other team plays and using their weaknesses and strengths advantage, things like that. Just all that can apply to something like soccer, in that you have your defensive positions, your offensive positions, you work together as a team, using communications and calls to work together to accomplish difficult feats. It's all there. It's just that instead of playing it physically, you're doing it online. Or you're doing it in front of a computer, instead of actually physically putting yourself out there. So, also, if you want to get technical, like because I had this conversation with someone in high school, and it made me want to blow my brains out. Someone, the coach of the track team, whose name I won't reveal for obvious reasons. The coach of oh, for God's sake, this stupid video game. The coach of the track team, you just clip through surfaces. Like, if you don't, even one pixel of your car, if even one pixel of your car doesn't touch the block, you just don't bounce. I hate this game so much. This is not fun to play. This is not fun to play. Nothing about this is fun to play in any capacity. Why is drifting even a mechanic in this game, out of curiosity? What's the point in drifting when it just doesn't can I please rewind? Can I please do the thing where I rewind? That'd be great if I could do the thing I wanted to do. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. The coach of the track. Oh my God. Good God almighty. The captain of the track team, I think I might have said coach before. The captain of the track team was talking to me, because my high school had an esports team, of which I didn't participate because the game, like, if they had a Halo esports team, I'd have been all for it. But they didn't, because I don't know why, but they decided Overwatch was a better game to play, which it's not. Overwatch sucks, and I might talk about it in greater detail one day, because Overwatch is just awful. But that was the game they were playing, and some of my friends were on it because they played Overwatch, which I'd never joined them. I never joined them in playing it because I hate it with a fiery passion, and it's a horrendously designed video game. But that was the game they were playing, so I didn't want to participate in it. I mean, I would have loved to. Are you kidding me? Like, if they had a Halo esports thing, I would have been there every day after school. I would have absolutely, I would have adored that. I would have loved to be able to play Halo competitively against other schools. That would have been phenomenal. But they didn't do that. I don't know why. Like, I can understand why they wouldn't want to do something like Rainbow Six Siege, because obviously that's an M-rated game, and, well, you can't. There would be some legal obligation, or maybe not legal, but I don't think that it wouldn't be a good look for the school, I guess, because parents don't understand how things work, and they would have been like, my child, you're condoning an activity where you're playing an M-rated game where people shoot the hell out of each other. Wow, horrendous. And so I guess they chose Overwatch because it's rated T for teens, and it's more cartoonish, which is just like, okay, whatever. If you're stuck all the way back in the realm of free guy writers where you think that that's how any of this works, then by all means, but never. Point being, there was an esports team, I wasn't on it, but you know what? I fully supported its existence because I've ranted about this in previous videos, the underrepresentation of activities in schools that are non-physical, that are more cerebral, such as, for instance, stuff like a chess team, or a science Olympiad team, or a robotics team, or just anything where students can express their creativity and passion for something that requires more cerebral activity, or in a more scientific field, or even just stuff. Did he face through that block, or was there a gap there? Maybe he used a leaf to fly over. I don't know. What do I care? But point being, there's a lot of activities that people do that just don't get attention because, well, if you aren't throwing your life away to spending hours and hours after school practicing sports, then what are you doing with your life? So, yeah, I completely supported the existence of the esports team because it needed more attention, and I was happy it existed, and I'm happy that because they paved the way for future generations to be able to, like, for future generations at that school to be able to participate in an esports team, and who knows, maybe one day they will have a Halo esports team at that school. I don't know. I think it's unlikely, but there's a chance. Point being, they paved the way for the future, and they did something pretty incredible because that wasn't something that was recommended by the teachers. That was something that was made by the students. The students themselves said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had an esports team? And then they said, they found teachers to sponsor it, and they're like, hey, let's do this. Let's see if we can put this together. And they did, and it was awesome. So, I completely supported its existence. I just didn't participate because the game they were playing is awful, and I hated it. But one day in my AP government class in senior year, they were talking about their upcoming esports game, and in the classroom with us was the captain of the track team, who rolled her eyes and scoffed, and obviously that led to me saying that this game is awful. It led to me saying, like, asking, it's got a problem with the esports team, and then she said something along the lines of, well, it's not really a sport, you're just playing video games, which, like, what a gross oversimplification. All I can say is, that's such a gross oversimplification of what esports consists of, because you know how easy it would be for me to say that same thing about the track team? Like, you could make a disingenuous summary of something like soccer and say, well, you're just kicking a ball, lol. Where's the skill involved in that? And you can say that, you'd be wrong, because there's a lot more strategy and nuance involved in how soccer teams communicate with each other and how they play. So there's a lot of nuance and strategy there. Then it would be a disingenuous summary to say all you do is kick the ball. But for the track I hate this game. For the track team, you are quite literally, for the love of God, I hate this video game so goddamn much. You are quite literally running in circles. That's all you're doing, is you're running in circles. So I don't know how the hell you have the audacity to say, oh, well, all you do is play video games if you're on the esports team, when you literally run in circles all day. Like, are you kidding me? How do you have any legs to stand on here? Like, come the hell on. There's just no self-awareness whatsoever. So, yes, esports are absolutely a real sport. And anyone who says otherwise has some questionable brain functionality. Oh boy. And here it is, right in time for Rainbow Road. I can't wait to see how much fun this course is with these horrendous drifting mechanics. This will be fun. Because, we're already off to a great start. I mean, honestly, I really like SNES Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I really do have, mainly 200cc Rainbow Road, because 200cc, you can just zip around this track in no time flat, and you get really good speed going around the track on 200cc. So I mean, it's a very simplistic design, and probably, objectively speaking, it's probably the weakest of the Rainbow Roads, just because it has the simplest design. It doesn't have any of the unique elements that the other Rainbow Roads have going for them. But I like it a lot, mainly just because, like I said, 200cc, crank up that speed and you just zip around the track in no time flat. Oh dear God. But with these controls, it's actually not that, I mean, well, except for these corners, but it's not going as bad as I thought it would, somehow. I mean, it's still, well, okay, never mind. I spoke too soon. I forgot that if even one part of your car is off the map, you just go flying. If one part of your wheel is slightly tipping over the edge, you are plummeting to your death. Is what's happening there. It's, yeah, this game has problems, but this somehow isn't going as, I mean, well, once we get to 150cc, that might be a different story. But right now, this actually isn't going as bad as I expected it to be. Like, I'm still falling off the map, to be clear. But I think I'm falling off the map the normal amount for this terrible video game. Like, I wouldn't say I'm falling, well, I mean, now I am, for God's sake. But for the most part, I wouldn't say I'm falling off any more than you would on average in this video game, because it's Super Mario Kart, and this is not aged very well at all. I'm sure, just to address any comments I might get, I'm sure this game was, like, revolutionary back when it came out. I'm sure it was. I'm sure this was, like, the hot shit when it came out. I'm sure it was a blast. But, like, there are games that came out at a certain time that were revolutionary, and that if you play them again today, they hold up really well in a scrutiny. Like, by modern standards, they hold up really, really well. This is not one of them. What may have been great back in the day is not great anymore. It just is not. It is a game that shows its age. You might be able to say that it has a sort of charm to its kind of retro style, maybe. And if you have a lot of nostalgia for it, I respect that. I'm glad you have great memories associated with it. But as a game, this is not aged very well at all. I'm slowly getting the hang of it, but every time I say that, I just fall off immediately, so I shouldn't open my mouth anymore. Good God. But having said all that, since the finish line's right around the corner, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought that'd be a lot worse. I mean, it's about, I guess, because control-wise, I don't think I dropped off the map any more than usual, except for a couple parts. That wasn't as bad. I expected that to just be, like, completely atrocious, but that was better than I expected. Anyway, we won. So hopefully this means that we will unlock 150cc. Maybe? We'll find out. I'm hoping that we will. I also kind of wish that it would tell you, like, you get a notification saying, you unlocked the thing. Good job. Instead of having to actually go back to the main menu to see if you unlock something. Because in other Mario Kart games, they would tell you, you unlocked a thing. Oh, you are now a Super Mario Kart expert. No, I'm not. Because I have this thing called the rewind feature. And again, like, if you push ZL and ZR even a nanosecond apart, you open the menu instead of doing this. No, I did it again. Because this is so horribly optimized. You have to press them exactly at the same time, or else you're just screwed. Oh, I guess that's the credits. Okay, well, I mean, I know that there's another... Can I not fast forward this? I guess I can't fast forward this. Alright, well, I guess we're here now. Yeah, so I'm not gonna get my final thoughts on the game. I mean, you kind of know my final thoughts on the game. But, like, I know that there is a 150cc, so I'm not gonna bother giving I'm not gonna bother giving my final thoughts on the game when I know that there's still more to go. Although, again, you probably don't need me to give you my final thoughts. You can probably guess just based on how I've spoken about this game up until. Yeah, that's 100cc taken care of. Rainbow Road was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I really expected Rainbow Road to be a lot, because people were always hyping it up as it being the worst thing ever. But I mean, I guess I would say that's just standard of fare for Super Mario Kart at this point. Just taking into account all the abhorrent controls. That's just par for the course, honestly. So, it wasn't anything especially egregious with its design. And is that going to be it for the credits, or is there still more? Nope, that's it. We did it. Yay! We beat the win. We survived the first 2 CCs. Thank you. That's nice. I like it when developers leave a little thank you message at the end of the game saying thank you for playing. It's a small thing, but it's a neat little, just a nice little wholesome message I like to see. Now, did we unlock 150cc? Please tell me the answer is yes. Is the answer yes? Can I go back to the main menu? Can we? Am I just stuck here now? Do I live here now? Is this my new home with the end screen? What do I have to do the Konami code? Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. That didn't do anything. I can't. Am I just stuck here now? Are we just stuck here now? No button is doing anything. Okay, I guess we're stuck here now. Reset game? I don't trust that button. Let's go to game selection and reboot it. Maybe that'll work. Will that work? Maybe? Okay, that worked. You know, you could just let me go back to the main menu. You could have just done that. You really could have just done that. Okay, now, is Special Cup unlocked? Is it unlocked by default? Do I have to win them all again? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, great news. I don't have to win anymore. I just have to not rank out, and then we'll be done with this game forever. Great news. Okay, so that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. Hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Super Mario Kart. Goodbye.